What's up guys, Gary here. Car manufacturers often have a factory performance division to showcase performance versions of models they offer. These sportier or race-oriented models may be limited in numbers, are more powerful, have better suspension, aero, interior upgrades, or technology, amongst other various things. Today's video will be on Mazdaspeed. Mazda didn't have a performance derivative earlier in its infancy. Mazda Sports Corner was one of the first in 1967 to focus on supplying performance parts for Mazda models. It was located within Mazda Auto, which was one of Mazda's largest dealerships, but was still considered an aftermarket supplier since it wasn't created by Mazda. It was run by Takayoshi Ahashi. From this, an independent race team was derived, which also included tuning for Mazda cars. In collaboration with Mazda, the Mazda Sports Corner Cosmo 110S competed in the Marathon de la Route on the Nürburgring and placed 4th. This was a substantial achievement given the relatively young and inexperienced team. Mazda Sports Corner competed in the 24 Hours of Le Mans in the early 80s with the 717, 727, and 737. Mazda eventually brought the racing team to Hiroshima in 1983, and then the name Mazda Sports Corner was changed to what we know today as Mazdaspeed. Mazda became the first Japanese car manufacturer to win the 24 Hours of Le Mans with the Mazdaspeed 787B. The rotary was banned the following year, and Mazda made another attempt with a piston-powered car, which achieved 4th place. Mazda eventually pulled out from professional racing, but provided support for third parties racing Mazda vehicles. It wasn't until 1999 that Mazda finally purchased Mazdaspeed and placed it as a factory performance trim. The first Mazdaspeed offering to the USA was the Mazdaspeed Protege in 2003. It had a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder and was front-wheel drive, but had a 5-speed manual, limited slip differential, larger axles, and brakes. Then in 2004, the turbocharged Mazdaspeed Miata appeared, which hoped to silence people complaining about its lack of power. The turbocharged engine included an intercooler, made it to a close ratio 6-speed manual, amongst other parts such as wheels, tires, and suspension. People who have driven the Mazdaspeed Miata have mentioned that the 6-speed manual gear ratios are too close for a turbocharged car, but replacing the final drive to a lower one will help that out. The Mazdaspeed 6 was offered in 2006. It was a heavier mid-size sedan compared to other Mazdaspeed models before it, but included a 2.3-liter turbocharged and intercooled engine making 275 horsepower and 280 foot-pounds of torque. The other kicker is that it has all-wheel drive. The all-wheel drive developed by Mazda provided active torque split, which would send 50% to the rear wheels depending on certain variables. There was also a limited slip differential in the front and an electric clutch in the rear, but no center differential like those found on the Subaru STI or Mitsubishi Evolution. The Mazdaspeed 3 was introduced in 2007. It uses the same turbocharged engine from the Mazdaspeed 6 with 265 horsepower, but is now only front-wheel drive. A 6-speed manual and limited slip differential is also included. We also received a second generation Mazdaspeed 3 in 2010. It has the same engine specs as the previous generation and gained a little more weight, but received a larger hood scoop to reduce heat soak. The Mazdaspeed 3 competed in the hot hatch category during this time. We haven't seen a Mazdaspeed model since 2013, but Mazdaspeed also produces full body kits, suspension components, engine parts, exhaust systems, and various interior accessories for selected models. At this time, Mazda is focusing its efforts on the next generation Skyactiv engine family, so we may not see another Mazdaspeed model until the next generation of cars. Mazdaspeed was born from a rich history in racing competition, and becoming the factory performance division only solidifies its future. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe for future content. I'll see you in the next one.